Welcome to this new video about video game news. We're going to talk about Forza and Xbox because, to put it simply, well, it's a mess, right? I haven't made a Forza video in a while. I wish I had good news to share, but unfortunately, I don't. Because yesterday, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, which owns, among others, Playground Games and Turn 10 Studios, the studios that develop Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon, Xbox announced a massive layoff plan yesterday. Xbox is laying off 9,000 employees. Some studios will be closed, and some studios will continue to exist with reduced staff. Unfortunately, this will be the case for the studios that make Forza. We'll discuss all of that in this video. This applies to more than just Forza players. Xbox is laying off employees at Bethesda Studios and other mobile game development studios. It's happening everywhere. And honestly, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for Xbox, but it doesn't look good for players either. Xbox confirms 9,100 layoffs, along with a brief message from head of Xbox Phil Spencer, who says, and I quote, "To ensure the long-term success of our gaming business and focus on areas of strategic growth, we will reduce or end certain activities while streamlining the hierarchy in order to become more agile and efficient." Basically, to put it very simply, Xbox wants to do a bit like Electronic Arts and drop the licenses that bring in less money to focus on the most profitable ones. It's still unfortunate since Xbox is generally a profitable venture. It's not a company that's losing money at all, it's just that Phil Spencer wants to make even more, to have even higher margins. To appease Xbox and Microsoft shareholders once more, this marks the 7th major layoff plan announced by the companies in recent months. Around 20,000 employees have been laid off since October 2022. And among those who are being laid off this time, there are several studios involved. Bethesda Studios and The Initiative, which was developing the next Perfect Dark and Everwild, are among those affected. Xbox has announced that the development of the games you were waiting for will be completely canceled, so you'll be waiting a long time if you were expecting them. There are also massive layoffs in the studios that create Call of Duty, and there are layoffs elsewhere too. In my view, that's the reason you're watching this video. In the Forza studios, especially in the Turn 10 studio, which is the most severely affected, about half of the staff are being laid off, which is absolutely not a good sign at all. Personally, I'm not surprised that Turn 10 is involved, because it has to be said. The latest Forza Motorsport has become excellent with recent updates, such as the addition of the Fuji Mikado track, improved graphics, more tracks, and a new career mode with endurance racing elements. It's a game that really flopped, costing several $100 million to develop. It took 6-7 years to be rebooted, and on day one it had so many problems that most players just didn't buy it. Despite improvements in modern games, a problem remains. Players often engage due to hype and trendiness rather than genuine interest. They play a video game very intensely when it comes out, and they'll go from hype to hype, from release to release. If your game flops on release day or during its first week, even if you manage to fix things with updates, you'll never really be able to turn things around. The game was costly and sold poorly, making it difficult to generate new hype to attract players back. In my view, the project was unprofitable. As mentioned, Xbox is solely focused on profitable projects. Well, they decided it was basically goodbye Forza Motorsport because clearly that's what we have to admit. With more than half of its employees gone, I don't see how Turn 10 could ever imagine creating another Forza Motorsport. At this point, in my opinion, about half the team is probably left just to handle updates and keep the service running for Forza Motorsport. But clearly, if we ever imagined seeing a Forza Motorsport 8 or 9 come out, and try to forget the bad memories from the latest release, I believe Forza Motorsport is unfortunately dead at this point, and we shouldn't get our hopes up. However, the situation with Forza Horizon is slightly different. There are rumors that Playground Games might be affected by layoffs. The thing is, Playground Games, first of all, it's a studio that doesn't just develop Forza. It's also the studio that makes Fable, and I think very clearly. I think this is an opinion that will more or less be shared by pretty much the whole community, that the next Fable will be a huge flop. It looks really beautiful and everything we want. But I think it's a game that cost way too much to develop. I think it's a game that took too long to be developed. And above all, it's a bit of a hit-or-miss franchise. That is to say, the old fans who played the first Fable games will probably love the return of Fable. But it's a franchise that disappeared for such a long time, and generally offers gameplay that's so different from what modern games offer. It's entirely possible that today's players, in quotes, won't follow it at all. That's a common opinion. Many forums discuss how much of a flop this Fable will be. And I wonder if Xbox isn't just anticipating this flop and is already starting to reduce its workforce for the development of Fable. knowing that the game is too expensive and will never be profitable. So I think these layoffs at Playground Games are more about Fable than Forza Horizon. For now, it's still just a rumor if there are any, especially since there's still something to say about this. It's that Microsoft actually wants to bring back some of the remaining employees from Forza Motorsport to work on Forza Horizon, since both games use the same engine, which is the Forza Tech engine. In my opinion, the employees from Forza Motorsport are fully capable of working on the next Forza Horizon. It seems contradictory that there are discussions of rehiring for the next Forza Horizon, while Xbox is simultaneously laying people off. So I think that's it. It's more like the Fable part. Overall, what it really means is that that's it. Xbox acknowledges that Forza Motorsport and a lot of its other games are flops and is betting, let's say, on the winning horses. It's true that between Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport is the origin of the Forza franchise. Forza Horizon has overtaken the other game in popularity. Forza Horizon, let's not forget, that's over 40 million players. There are still regular peaks of simultaneous players, with around 50 to 60,000 players online at the same time. That's a lot for a game that came out 4 years ago. Forza Motorsport is facing challenges in attracting more than 5 to 7,000 concurrent players. So, there you have it. There's a game that came out 4 years ago that's doing incredibly well. Then there's another one that came out 2 years ago that's really struggling. Naturally, Xbox decided to cut what was bringing in less money. But more broadly, this strategy still raises questions because what the hell is going on? Xbox, in recent years, has spent its time burning cash to buy studios everywhere. They invested I don't know how many billions of dollars to buy everything that exists. Just to, in the end, dissolve the studios, cut their workforce, and cancel games? Personally, I think that with Phil Spencer in charge of Xbox, they've really taken a bad strategy for the past few years. Xbox, with its AAA titles like Forza and others, aim to create AAA and even AAA games, which involve huge budgets and much longer development cycles, to polish, debug, and make them cooler than previous games. However, Xbox's decision was misaligned with the current preferences of players and the gaming industry as a whole. I mean, I think we're all tired of seeing games announced 10 years before their release, which are always disappointing. Xbox spent excessively on costly projects and acquired too many licenses. In the end, most of the games they released flopped. I think they also realized that they couldn't convince enough players for Game Pass to be profitable. Moreover, Xbox decided to shift its focus from console manufacturing to video game publishing in the long run. It's time-consuming and expensive for a large company to do all that. So, we'll have to wait and see. Clearly, if you're a fan of Forza Motorsport, I'm sorry for you, it's not looking good. If you're a fan of Forza Horizon, well, that's a bit more cheerful. I believe that through these staff cuts and strategic changes, Xbox is investing more heavily in Horizon. So maybe for us, Horizon players, we can expect a game that's even more polished, even cooler, because we know that Xbox simply can't afford to make mistakes. On Horizon, which remains one of the studio's most profitable games. I'll be back. I'll get back to you, of course, if there are any other updates on this topic. Obviously, if you found the video interesting, don't hesitate to leave a like. It will improve its ranking, and it will allow more people to be informed. Don't hesitate to subscribe for the latest news about Forza. Visit my Twitch to chat about news, video games, or play with me. Link in the video description. Subscribe to show support.